The richest royal families in the world. One may see that being extremely wealthy is not the worst thing that could happen to a person. In fact, the majority of individuals seem to appreciate having whatever they want. With their immense wealth and political clout, these 10 royal families are the exception that proves the rule, since even the Rothschilds, Richest, Musks, and Gates of this world cannot have it all. These are the 10 richest royal families in the world, and they are among the most powerful people on Earth. Number 10. House Liechtenstein. Finding this tiny principality on a map will be difficult if you're not from Austria or Switzerland. A narrow strip of land, 5 miles wide and 16 miles long, is occupied by Liechtenstein. The Liechtenstein family, the state's rulers, are among the wealthiest people in both Europe and the entire globe. The state is nestled between Switzerland and Austria, amid the high alpine peaks. Prince John Adam II of Liechtenstein has an estimated net worth of $4.4 billion. Being a monarch has its advantages, because the family does not pay taxes on the enormous profits from the family-owned bank named LTG Group. The prince also owns a sizable collection of expensive properties, including castles and palaces, spread throughout Austria and the Czech Republic. Number 9. House MAKTOUM, Dubai. Over the course of their almost 200-year reign, the MAKTOUM family transformed a piece of desert wasteland into a haven for the richest people. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the head of the dynasty and the ruler of Dubai, amassed enormous wealth valued at $19 billion throughout this change. While the Sheikh's entrepreneurial success has doubled his riches over the years, the Sheikh also knows how to have a good time, and also when it comes to his son. The proverbial apple doesn't fall far from the tree holds true. The most spectacular car in Hamdam's garage is not the most expensive one in his expensive collection of golden cars, which includes some rare models. He reportedly has a fleet of extremely opulent tanks that are designed for wealthy oil magnates to take joyrides in the desert. Number 8. ALAWITE House, Morocco. One of the oldest families on this list, with origins reaching back to the 13th century, has ruled Morocco for the past 5 centuries, which has obviously been proven to be a very lucrative endeavor. The 19-member Moroccan royal family has a combined worth of more than $20 billion, of which the king, who receives a yearly salary of about $500,000 on top of all his investments and business activities, owns the majority. This generous payment only covers half a month of the family's Fez Palace's upkeep costs, which is not bad for attending festivities and waving to the crowd. The anticipated operating cost for this extravagant lifestyle is $960,000. Most kings would only need one palace, but King Mohammed IV has 12 around the world, with an average cost of $550,000 each. Number 7. House BOLKIAH, Brunei. Despite being occupied by the British and other nations during the roughly 8 centuries in power, the Brunei's royal dynasty of House BOLKIAH has proved very well for not only the nation and its people, but also for themselves. Even for excessive royalties, not many individuals would pay $21,000 for a haircut, according to the BOLKIAHs, who are worth over $30 billion. However, the Sultan of Brunei undoubtedly adores his hairstyle. At least he gives very generous tips, and one of his more extravagant purchases was $400 million private jet that he adorned with an additional $120 million worth of gold. It's truly a miracle that this machine is still flying. These costs might seem a little exuberant, but for a man making $147 every second, they're pennies on the dollar. Number 6. House ADULYADEJ, Thailand. His Majesty Bhumibol Adulyadej is the head of the Thai royal family, which has amassed a massive fortune of almost $60 billion. Nearly half of his assets pass through his holdings, which manages the royal money. The royal family was adored in Thailand, but since Bhumibol assumed the throne, his lavish spending, almost mad demeanor, and luxurious lifestyle have led the nation to call for a democratic shift. Bhumibol, for instance, spent millions of dollars on his dog's funeral, which lasted 4 days and cost millions of dollars. The king also lavishes money on himself and shows no concern for the country's administration. Number 5. House Windsor, United Kingdom. The British royal family has long since outgrown its role as mere royals, as has evolved into something like a supergroup. The Queen and her eccentric headwear have influenced popular culture. The royal family has total net worth of over $88 billion, the majority of which is held in real estate in Great Britain. Among the family's valued palaces, such as Windsor Manor and Buckingham Palace, are over $10 billion worth of assets. Typically, the king or queen of a royal family is the wealthiest member. However, this is not the case with the Windsors, as the richest member will never ever get to the throne. The $500 million of the queen are only 10% of her great-granddaughter's $5 billion. Princess Charlotte, who is just 6 years old, has incredible fortune thanks to her parents, who also made her a young fashion icon. The British royal family is treated like royalty, but unlike some of their more opulent international counterparts, you would never see them flash their money around. They lack gold automobiles, even warships that have been converted into yachts or dancing zebras that can recite God Save the Queen while tossing hedgehogs into the air and standing on top of a gigantic ball are not shown. Number 4. House NAHYAN of Abu Dhabi. The principal source of wealth for the Abu Dhabi royal family, which is headed by His Majesty Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, is the oil trade. The family is estimated to be worth over $150 billion. As you might guess, the Nahyan family does not reside in a squalor-filled barrel in the gutter, but rather in a beautiful castle loaded with all manner of pleasures. The family owned multiple 7-star hotels as well as the tallest skyscraper in the world, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The largest royal residence in the world, Qasr Al Watan's, cost about $2 billion and spans a staggering 380,000 square meters with billions of dollars worth of yachts, automobiles, and airplanes. The Abu Dhabi royal family undoubtedly understands how to lead a privileged existence. Number 3. House of THANI of Qatar. At 41 years old, Sheikh Tamim is currently the youngest monarch in history. Nevertheless, he is the monarch of the third richest royal dynasty, with an estimated $335 billion net worth. Although fossil fuel exports are the family's primary source of revenue, they also own a sizable portfolio of homes in the UK, and even have stock in the Empire State Building in New York. THANI has made significant investments in high-growth industries, and is a significant shareholder in luxury businesses like Tiffany & Company and Barclays. The family dwells in the Royal Palace in Doha, which is valued at more than $1 billion. The palace has a number of ceremonial and residential courts, but that's not all. The THANI family, who reportedly spent billions on luxury and class, with a vast collection of vehicles, jets, and other luxurious objects, owns more property in the United Kingdom than the British royal family, which is noteworthy. Knowing how trustworthy and unwavering the international soccer officials are, I have little doubt that they even bought FIFA officials to let them hold the World Cup finals in 2022. Number 2. House of al-Saba of Kuwait. The current head of the family, Emir His Majesty Sheikh Sabah al-Ahmad al-Yaba al-Saba, has controlled the nation for 300 years and amassed a massive $360 billion fortune in the process. Although oil exports account for a considerable chunk of their fortune, the family also profits greatly from properties they have deliberately purchased since the 1980s, particularly in America, and which are now yielding enormous dividends. The family is well known for living a luxurious lifestyle that includes exotic animals and other luxuries that few people can afford. Despite investing $775 million in a cultural center that is an architectural marvel in and of itself, the family has chosen to ignore culture. You manage to retain your culture while taking use of all Western comforts you can find by having an opera house, theaters, libraries, and conference spaces within. Number 1. Saudi Arabia's House of Saud. Saudi Arabia is one of the wealthiest countries in the world because of its large oil reserves, and its wealthy royal family is the richest in the world with a vast fortune of $1.7 trillion, and they surely don't hide it. The royal family has lavish taste, even if the $1.7 trillion is a huge sum that is spread out among around 15,000 family members, and clearly understands what it means to have a lavish and elegant lifestyle for the Saud family, who only pay attention to golden yachts, automobiles, and furnishings. The family has a reputation for overpaying for anything they want, so I wonder whether they have a golden bicycle. They own prime real estate in France, the UK, and all across the world. And that's all for today, guys. Enlighten us with your thoughts, share them in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon for more amazing videos. And thank you for watching.